Me fambulem una good afternoon, una good evening, or una good morning. This na una program again, Salone Cashbox. With a very heavy heart again today. Salone people, I don't come to una. Salone people, today I want to talk about tax reliant. It is because of lack of strategy. It is because of ineptitude. It is because of lack of ideas. It is because of, these guys just not get waiting it take for change Salone. Salone people, hopefully, I play audio for una today. For guy, I think over the years, like for over 10 years, I don't hear this guy in name about tax na Salone. Like say, oh, one of the most powerful guy them na Salone when it comes to tax. Within Ibrahim Sorry. And I think Ian, like somebody else written that other guy name, Akibo. These are the people where they say powerful for tax. It could well be. I don't know. Don't know. But you see, Salone people, you see, it's good that social media come. You know, I make the one day with the disrespect social media. I listened to this guy today on YouTube, social media. Maybe then at 98.1, I believe. They talk about VAT, about GST. My, oh my. So, bio, because of the lack of, or because of where we all sit down, they say, we no one care. Now, this same thing will be there, we no one care. Make guys them like this. They run the affairs of our country in a very childish, immature way. Bio. Sometimes we can want, blame other people. Let me begin look at ourselves inwardly. What thing you do for change the system? What you do? We sit down, they watch, then guy mouth somebody, and they listen this guy, they talk. And over for decades, I don't know hear this guy name they play in a salon. Oh, Ibrahim, sorry. Powerful guy, Pantax. Now they talk rubbish so. And they can play on phone and salon people. Not to say, me not to that kind of person we like for put person down. But it pain me for see immaturity, childishness, ineptitude. They cost we country, they cost lives. It pain me. Now they came out a man there. Now they sit down and say, oh, powerful guy Pantax. They don't even know what's in the real meaning of tax. They just don't get a clue. But you know what? Salone people, we all need to join this boat. We should not allow these guys to take over that country. Ineptitude. These guys are childish, immature. They don't know nothing. Salone people, are they use what he said today in 98.1? Like, because they try to make social media. Imagine, I was listening, while listening to social media, where did they go break? YouTube, they stop them. Guess what? I see BP, they advertise. BP, they're inside the FTSE 100 companies them. The FTSE, Salone people and FTSE, just like the abbreviation of FTSE. It means Financial Times Stock Exchange. Like the FTSE 100 and the top 100 companies in the world. BP, now a FTSE 100 company. They were advertising on this very social media that these idiots them, because they don't want to make we say some of these realities and the fact. They're trying to condemn social media. These very Apple phones they want to use, they advertise on this social media. If they visit social media, they're a reckless place. Why are Apples like the BP of this world, the Tesla that they advertise, the motor car, they all within the drive. They're being advertised in these very platforms. But then go and talk rubbish. They talk nonsense. If they feel say social media now for dirty man, why the companies they are? Rich man cast them. They carry all within the use. They've been advertised now this very social media platform. That's not my point. But Salone people, they make a play this song for now. Because sometimes it feels this way. Seriously. It feels, sometimes you feel like this way. This song is Wings of a Dove. It grieves my heart. Salone people, Mari Vasa. It grieves me to my heart. This is how I feel sometimes. Some people are going to listen to the song. It says, it grieves me to my heart and I've got to protest and speak now. I was listening to Abraham's message where they ginger on up for things that we've been saying over the years about protest. Una illegal first lady, una former first lady, where they talk about protest, about, Koidu or holdings. Una see, this not on nothing. Now because in term, this Koidu holdings, if you not take them, the link, since na chief minister. And because in a anti-chief minister, and I make now it go before. Like, but take or take in a God they come up behind them. Now then they explain what in protest actually mean. When I go listen to Ibrahim's message, I don't want to delve into it. Now that God they come up behind them. Now then they protest. Now then they explain now what in protest mean. Some people are gonna listen to the song. Wickedness that Babylon been carrying on. You see, some people, when I turn my eyes and see the wickedness where Babylon are the wicked people, don't they carry on? Some people, this is how I feel. When I open my eyes and see this Abraham story to guide them. See, they mess with country. They talk about tax when they don't even understand. They do not know the implication of it. It grieves my heart. My heart they bleed. How did we sit by and watch these guys? And see the way that they handle the people in the streets. The way they handle the people in the streets. Oh, that I have wings. Oh, that I have. Why can't go I will fly? Take it from me. This is how I feel. If I get wings, I just want fly to the hills and be at rest. If I get wings. When I open my eyes and see how did they destroy people and lives there? I wish I get wings and go up to the hills and be at rest and keep quiet. Shut up. Don't say anything about Salone. That will give me peace. But guess what? If we do that, is it not to the detriment of you guys? All of you guys? Some people, they're like dogs. Some people, when I turn and look around and see people drinking dirty water like dogs. When I turn around, when I turn and look around and see people drinking dirty water like dogs in the country, we surrounded with water. 7 major rivers of fresh waters. We border the Atlantic Ocean. And then we get bauxite where they purify water. It pains me when I turn around and see people drinking dirty water like dogs. You know, some people, it feels that way sometimes. That we give up, then now we corner, they eat we lily and nothing, and survive. But you know what? We know they left Salone in the hands of these guys anymore. We go rob we safe if we ever play that play. Some people do una can listen to one of them guy there where una so they say they're powerful. Where they talk about VAT, GST. Some people say I will teach small within VAT actually mean. I will teach a little bit about industrialized nations. About nations them, we know they rely too much on VAT or tax. Some people, yeah, una listen waiting this guy they talk. Una listen until the 98.1.
And simple for do the enforcement and implement the law as the case may be. And you just state some of the excuse where you think say people for just look and accept, looking at the fact say NRA they contribute to kill it to the economic growth. You think say this now is way
that shouldn't be the case.
For let una not able meet
that for say NRA they contribute like to the economic growth. Okay, I agree because stability for many, for make we get reliance and all that in the yes, but it is not key. It is not key to economic growth, especially the level where we are right now. We not even reach the introductory part 8 of we product life cycle. We not reach that. But some people this is not the same way I want to make una listen because I want to teach about VAT a little bit. Una listen.
To on a target or full responsibility. That is why we get them series of action points here. That can be one. Because if people they undermine the use of the ECR machine, we GST now one of our major revenue source. And the major reason, one of the reasons, or if not the only reason that the world why they levy VAT or GST would call it so for collect revenue. So if
people this now Usai Abuame kuna listen. Say GST now we main revenue source. And one of the main reasons why then they levy VAT or GST now for collect revenue. He lie. Papa God. Hey. Now this me granny be they say, Imbe wali bam 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 deo. At you. Now, whose side we been there? This now the guy them, one of the guy them, I name Ibrahim Sorry or so. When they pre-sing, now that country. I don't get problem. People they were powerful, clever, pass week, far away. But that guy there, they're not even supposed to be gatesman. If this now waiting this guy they say, they're not even supposed to be gatesman in making policies for move Salone go before. He say VAT and GST. Now, if not the main reason, but now one of the key things that they use them for collect revenue. Shut up, big full team. Some people, let me just give a brief. The word, the VAT, now an acronym, we mean value added tax. Some people, based on the meaning, let me elaborate. Let me spread them small. Let me open them small. It says value added tax. So in other words, if you do not add value, you do not tax because it's a value added tax. So if value not be added, you're not supposed for tax them. And this is the reason why. The way VAT works, Salone people, you get the output VAT and then you get the input VAT. In other words, those two are always netted off for make you actually know how much you pay to the government. So in other words, like if add value to something, but the cost where I incur for add value to that thing there, and then net the cost from that thing there, for make are able So let me say, when they add value, like if I sell them, if something, remember, so VAT, nothing where they be charged at, like, the like every supply chain step. Every step where you take for supply chain, from manufacturing, maybe kind of like, go to the final consumer, they add, like, they charge VAT on top of it. But you know what? Because it's like based on the value, the supply chain, Salone people, so what in they happen, like, if every stage you add value to that thing, you ought to pay VAT to the taxman. But if you incur cost, whilst you add, they add value to the thing, for instance, you get motor car, you decide, say, I want to make the motor car more fanciful. You add value to that motor car. That it kind of like trigger a tax. But if for me you make sense, you paint the motor car fine, you make it colorful. The paint where you incur, the cost where you incur for the paint, for make you add value to the motor car, you deduct that cost of the VAT day from the VAT where you use for sell the motor car. So, this is the reason why, if any cost where you incur, whilst you're adding value to that thing, it must be deducted for make you get what you pay. Now make them call them value added tax. It is not for generate revenue. You see, Reggie Cole mentioned something where, like, I don't say what I tell people, I say tax not to the end. It is the means to the end. Regina Cole said something in audio today where he say, it's not, tax is not about the percentage, it's about the volume. Create the tax base, increase the volume, and you don't need to worry about the percentage. Papa God. Salone people, you see, first of all, for making talk say, now because of ineptitude, this is the reason why I say tax reliant, it is because of lack of strategy, lack of growth strategy. That is why governments them. And not only lack, but in real country, now because of lack of growth strategy. Because again, tax, they use them. Imagine, for make you come to the UK, you tell people and say tax now for collect revenue. Then they use tax in them country there for combat inflation, for reduce inflation. Then they use tax for economic growth. So how can you tell me VAT they use them for collect revenue in any country? Shut up, you big fool team. Shut up. My God, what's that we been there? Watch these guys. They are like we country so. Where have you been? Then where somebody rise up, they say na social media. Some people, I believe say, don't listen to their audio there, boku them. Wait my play this American senator. Wait he been talk about tax. Certain thing in the way in self look, not get the full story, but I understand what he mean. But when I listen to some people, when I listen this.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Some people, this now just they clarify my position where I always tell you about debt relief, because I think I don't lecture about this. When you accept debt relief, you know, like when somebody lends you money, the persons now say, okay, you make guy poor, you begin to rub grease now your face. The person say, take now. If you ever go to that person, they go ever give you money, you don't destroy the relationship. So, if sober-minded country, Canada country, that country, sober-minded people rise up in that country, even debt relief, we they say no, we don't want them. Now, Salone Ayeri, the former Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu Safa, Ian Sajusu, the Financial Secretary, they were boasting for say, then they go to World Bank, then they pay right to World Bank, for my World Bank convert, we debt, where we go take to them, when they convert them as grant. Eh? You want to bail people them for them convert loan. Will they destroy the reputation? But anyway, some people are listen. I will talk about that some other time. When I continue for listening to this part, when I continue.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts.
Some people when I marry back small. Marry back small. Waiting go help the nation there. When I listen.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts.
You see some people the crowd laugh because I know they blame them. Since they don't get full knowledge waiting. You say this is waiting. We understand. Some people I understand this. I understand it. Because especially when it comes to Africa, Africa don't reach no say it for me to begin to use tax as the key thing for the revenue generation. We don't reach no say it. We don't even begin creep it. We don't even begin creep it. I understand these things. Salone people. Una listen.
Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income.
Can you imagine?
Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax.
Can you imagine?
It gets added to everything you buy.
Yeah.
Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries.
Tell her.
So nothing gets built. Not factories, not roads, not anything.
Yeah.
Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world.
Thank you.
And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries.
You see, I think Regina Cole mentioned it. How can we say we live in a competitive world? Most manufacturers, business people, then they go in search like India, go to like other countries then for make the other countries in Asia, Malaysia and all these countries. Now then they go build like China and all things, and then they go build, and then they go manufacture most of them in them because there is a cheap labor, young labor force. But yet still they need to go Africa. This man was trying to focus on like the high tax rates. Yes, it's one factor, but also Salone people, it's kind of like the instability. The fact that country in the day when they conduct election, they didn't announce the results. Now waiting one person decide for announce. Now in the stand. And people in the talk say, oh, let we move on. I listened to one guy in video where Ibrahim sent to me, the guy in the talk about say, oh, for this fact that people in the talk say, oh, then the guy gets told them, those people in the pull and confidence, oh, ain't surprised. Yes, I understand. Some certain way people like in the talk, it is kind of like overzealous and all that thing and but the problem, not so, okay, man don't say overzealous, because even me are overzealous. I kind of like, the kind of confidence we I get, because I stand on the principle of democracy. But these are the real issues, the more they affect we consider. Some people wanna listen.
Because of the oppressive tax rates. Yeah. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development.
Thank you. Taxes have killed every possibilities for economic development. But now these idiots them, when they call Ibrahim Sori, they gonna say they're powerful. Now tax then they use for economic growth. Some people all let we join on for save we country. We have to. Some people hey, VAT, they survive na industrialized nations. VAT they survive it. In fact, America, they don't get beaucoup VAT safe in the country. Because na industrialized nation them. They manufacture things. And we get things. The reason why Africa, they talk about all this nonsense VAT, it is because of laziness. It is because of lack of strategy. They don't get no strategy in them. How for make sure say we lithium kind of like be good to we. How then for make sure say we produce batteries them. Now Africa, China the VAT now 9%, 10%. Certain states in America are not get VAT. I think in New Jersey or so. And other states then. I don't know if California get VAT or I don't know. Certain states in not get VAT. The VAT in America since now they're 5%, 9%, 10%. Because now industrialized nations. The UK was a very industrialized nation. The VAT below one. In fact, I remember I was working like I can't remember exactly which year. I think I got him Brown. Now I changed them. The VAT rate was 17%. 17.5%. I don't know if the tower begin work like was 15% or so. But I think like now 17.5%. Gordon Brown I changed them to 20% because they've moved on. I don't tell nobody the product's life cycle where it all reach like now the peak stage. Always remember now how for sustain them. For me no decline. So don't follow them. We have not reached that peak yet. Industrialized nation, China, like they don't charge VAT. They only do them because for control inflation. Some people are married for now. Now get a very good weekend. Ramadan Mubarak and happy Lent. Keep fasting and praying for our nation. This now the program, Salone Cashbox. And God bless you now. And Tata. Thank you very much.